The Moon Goddess's Granddaughter by Lee Murray. First quarter. A daughter came, a child full of promise and wonder, so tiny, almost weightless. You carried your love in your arms and in your heart, which fluttered with the immensity of the task, with this precious soul entrusted to you. It was the most important thing, too important to put a foot wrong, so you gave up the job in the glass-glinting high-rise in the city. No need for the daily train commute, your husband said. It was a privilege to be able to stay at home and raise a child. It was what he wanted for his daughter, the right thing to do. It was what you wanted, too. Of course it was. A career was all very well, but a child was a gift from the heavens. So you pureed apples, sang songs, and slept barely at all, smoky love smudges appearing beneath your eyes. At night, when your daughter woke with colic and cramps, her cherub face crumpled and her chubby legs drawn up to her chest, you walked the house, up and down and up and down, your palm pressed to her back and your cheek against hers, humming a lullaby, while milk moonlight slipped past the edges of the curtains. "I have a meeting tomorrow," your husband grumbled. "Any chance of some quiet?" Mindful of him, you closed the bedroom door and walked some more, your daughter in your arms and your bare feet tread quiet on the carpet. Over time, the smudges beneath your eyes deepened, and you grew thin. Although the baby thrived, sometimes you forgot things, like seeing your friends, where you parked the car, and studying for an advanced degree. One morning, your mother swept in. "I'm fine, just a bit tired," you insisted, yet stern-faced and even more insistent. She took your daughter from you. Fierce, you went to take the baby back, but clutching a clump of your mother's hair in one hand, your daughter shook her fist at you. Your warrior princess. You had to laugh. Your protests died away, and in that moment, you felt the heaviness of it all. So you gave quarter to your mother and your daughter, and you went to the library, and then to shop at the mall, and afterwards you sat on the beach, your toes in the warm sand while you breathed in the salt air. When you returned, the smudges had faded, and your baby was asleep, her fists splayed above her head as the moonlight seeped through the curtains of her room. "You neglected our daughter," your husband said when you came to bed. "Don't do it again." For the first time, you glimpsed the shapeshifter's features superimposed on your lover's face, smelled its sweet rot on his breath. You tensed, heat rising in your throat. But the monster was as fleeting as yesterday's dreams, and you thought perhaps you'd imagined it. The next day, because she was the most important thing, the only thing, you carried your daughter into the backyard and whirled and twirled her over the fresh-cut grass, her laughter spinning into the air like dandelion seeds. Later at bath time, your husband leaned against the bathroom door, his eyes on the dark liquid swirling in his glass, while your daughter splashed rainbow prisms in the tub. After a while, he put the glass down on the sink and crouched behind you, his arms about your waist. You stilled at his touch. This time, when he whispered into your nape, his words were a river of regret. You couldn't help but being carried away by his lullaby. How could you not? A soap bubble burst, and you yielded.